Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with my weekend update. I don't know how many weekends I'll be doing this, but I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I went out Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. And I'm going to start with Saturday night and Sunday night because Friday night is the night I wasn't expecting much, and it ended up being the best night out of the three. Saturday night, Derek and I went to Sidecar in South Haven, separate cars in case I was having fun, but I ended up not having much fun. We heard an awesome band, Carlos Echoes, I think that's how it's pronounced. A little bit of Santana, a little bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan, just some bluesy stuff and just other stuff that's good to dance to. But the room was freezing. It was like, I don't know, 30 degrees or below, but it was like that in there, it felt like. And I wasn't prepared because I didn't even bring a winter coat. I only had one winter coat in Maine that I had for like 30 years, and I only used it when I was out clearing snow because I don't drive with a coat on. I have a sweatshirt, and at most I would wear a sweatshirt, but you know, if I go out with a coat on, I have to take it off to get in the car because I don't like to drive with a coat on. You know, so I just don't wear coats. So I don't have a coat, and I didn't bring my sweatshirt because I didn't think it would be freezing in there, but it was. And it was empty for the most part. The few people that were there weren't dancing. But it was good. We were there with friends. Derek and Jeff were there, Jeff's wife, other couples that we know, and we, you know, got to all sit around the table. And it's funny, with all of us, there wasn't one alcoholic drink on the table. I think that's impressive. I really do. Not that they don't drink, but it just happened that nobody was drinking alcohol that night, including me. So we stayed. I think Derek and I left. Even though I had my own car, I told him, when you leave, I'll follow you out because it was cold, and I knew I was hearing the same band the next day. Well, I thought it was the next night, but it ended up being the next day. They play early at Hadley's in Memphis, where I was going the next day. So I thought, I'm going to go home. I'll get to bed early, and I can, you know, hear this band tomorrow. All right, so I went home. I don't think there was anything else I need to tell you about that night. The next day, that night I did find out that the band start at 5:30 to 9:30 on Sundays at Hadley's. So I did whatever I could do, get done that day, and I knew that I was going to be with Danny at Hadley's. So we went, and it was kind of the same story. It was only cold if the door was open, which was open often, and I kept bitching about that, but it was cold out. And so same band and same deal. People, but not anyone dancing, but got to sit with Danny and listen to the music, and that was cool. Anything else about that? Trying to think. Stayed till the end. We stayed till the end, which was 9:30. And I don't know, I think I was home by 10:30, somewhere around there. I can't remember. All of a sudden, it's hot in here because the sun is shining down on me. So let's jump to Friday. Friday, I was expecting to not have a good time. Derek told me I would not like the band. He was playing with a band that he played with like 6 or 7 years ago. They asked, could you fill in one night for us? He said yes. Then they said, you have 30 new songs that we play. So Derek had to learn 30 new songs, and he was miserable leading up to this. He didn't want to tell them no after he had said yes, so he learned the music. He said he hates the place they were playing. It was TJ Mulligan's in Cordova on Houston Levee. I know all these things now. I have to put the AC on. Or maybe I could put the windows. No, I'm going to, yeah. I'm having a hard time making decisions today. We're going to try windows down.
And Moe's.com.
Jesus Christ. Sorry. That's how loud I listen to the radio when I'm driving. All right. Yeah, so Derek said, I won't like the music. He hates the venue and no dance floor. I was like, oh, yay, what fun. Lousy music, no place to dance. But Danny was supposed to come, and he had said he would stay maybe for like the first couple sets. So I was like, well, I can have him to laugh with and stuff for, you know, at least part of the night. And did I plan on taking my own car, even if Derek, yes, of course, because Derek had to be there early. So anyway, I have trouble getting there because I get lost all the time, but I ended up making it. Danny got there before me. He called me from his car and said that the place was packed and no place probably inside to sit. And I said, well, maybe Derek has a table for us. And when I got there, we go in, standing room only. Not even the band has a table. Derek is like, you know, you guys don't have to stay. And, you know, Danny at first was like, well, I'm not staying here. And I was like, well, I have to stay because I want to hear Derek play. So I don't care if I have to stand up and just listen to a few songs. And then I would go home. But so sad. I didn't want to be home. I wanted to be out. So Danny said, because he hadn't eaten, he was planning on eating at Mulligan's. And he said, let's go to the Mexican restaurant. It's like a mall, outdoor strip mall type thing. So, and we could kill time because Derek and the band, they weren't starting for another hour. So we went there. Danny ate. I ate water. Had a nice time. We talked, stuff like that. And then we go back. And now the music has been bumped till like 9:30. So we have another half hour to kill. And while we were standing there talking to Derek and the band, I keep looking to see if there's any place where there might be some chairs. Now, there's some big, long tables set up. And I was like, there's a couple chairs there that don't look like anybody's going to be coming back. I couldn't see like a purse or things like that. So I asked the other people, and I said, is anybody still sitting here? And they said, I asked a man in particular, and he said, I don't think so. I don't know. I said, well, he goes, sit down. I said, well, if somebody comes back, we'll just get up. And there was 3 chairs. So Danny and I each took a chair, and nobody ever came back. So there was an empty chair for like when Derek was on break that he could come and sit with us. So that worked out good. And I don't know what was up with me and Danny, but we just laughed the entire night and talked. And when we talked to each other, it's so loud. It was not only loud music-wise, but the crowd was loud. I mean, it was people everywhere. And the other thing that sucks is they smoke in there. So, I mean, it was like all signs showing that this should suck. This should be a really bad night. But we ended up laughing, talking, and when we talk, we have to yell right in each other's ear. And I don't know, we managed to have fun, and we both stayed the whole night. So that was fun. So that was the beginning of the weekend. It ended up being the best part of the weekend, at least for me. I know Danny, you know, he's quite content just sitting listening to music. No, I have to have loudness, noise. Oh, and we got to dance. Oh my God, how can I forget that? There was like a very small dance floor there. So we got to dance. And then it's funny because Danny usually knows everybody. And I was going to say he didn't know anybody there, so that's why we had so much time to talk and laugh. But he did know someone, a woman friend, and she came to the table and she sat down and she was trying to talk to me, and I guess she doesn't know the rules that you have to scream right directly in someone's ear to be heard. And so she's talking back and forth, and I thought to myself, man, I don't know what she's saying. So I don't know where I got the balls, but because I don't know this woman at all, and I'm taking a chance, but I leaned into her ear and I said, do you dance? And she says, and I go, do you want to dance with me? And she goes, so we got up and danced. And I don't even know if Danny knew what I was saying to her, but all of a sudden we get up and we just go to the dance floor, and I see Danny sitting over there like waving. It was fun. And I loved dancing with her. And she was so sweet. And then after, she's like, oh my God, she goes, if you want to dance again, she says, come and get me. I'll dance with you anytime. I said, well, same here. If you want to dance, come and get me. We didn't dance again though, but it was fun and it was funny. It was a really good night. I enjoyed that night, and I'm still glad that I went out the other nights, because what else would I be doing? Just sitting home, twiddling my thumbs, wondering if I should have gone out. So it was all good. And I do love that Carlo Ecos band, and I hope I can see them sometime, like when they actually have people up and about dancing, things like that. I asked Derek if he needed banana peppers, and he said he's almost out, so I will get some. I told him today that I'm going to start making them sandwiches again like I used to do, and so I'm going to go get the ingredients. I just don't like having that stuff in my refrigerator because I'm not eating it, and I don't want it to go bad. I don't like to even see it. I don't care, you know. I'm not afraid to eat it. Right now I'm just beef. I'm sticking to beef and butter until the end of June, you know, with some exceptions. You know, you put a platter of chicken wings in front of me, I might eat some. But the sandwich meat, I've decided I'm going to buy a thing of hamburger rolls, and I'm just going to make them sandwiches out of those 8 hamburger rolls. They're getting all 8. I don't care if they don't eat them all. Skylar has a lot of friends that come over after school. They'll get eaten. Then I don't have to worry about the bread going stale, or even putting it in the freezer. See, I have this all planned out. And then the leftover ham and cheese, I'm just going to freeze it. And then the next batch, I'll take them out of the freezer and use that. So I am going to make it work. I love for them to have sandwiches, but I just don't like that stuff in my refrigerator. I like to open my refrigerator and I have my thing for filtered water and whatever beef I'm eating and my butter. That's what my fridge looks like. I do have some condiments in the door for Derek, especially like when I make them stuff, so I have some mayo for their sandwiches. But was there something else I wanted to say about the weekend? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm going to tell you what's coming up for me this weekend. Friday night, I'm going to Neil's Music Room with Derek. Again, I'm going to take my own car because I will know somebody there. The band that's playing, Area 51, I've heard them, love them. The drummer's wife will be there, and I met her the first time I went to Hadley's. Very fun woman. And she says when she's at Neil's, she sometimes dances. There's a chance I'll have a dance buddy at Neil's. So I'm going there. Danny's not. Danny will be in Nashville. And then Saturday, I have no plans other than if I want to venture out on my own, I would go to Hadley's because that's really the best place that I'll find women to dance with. So that would be my only shot at, you know, a Saturday night outing at this point. I don't know what Derek has planned, and I don't know what the friends that I have made, where they're going. But I'm starting to know some of the venues, and I know that, you know, there's some in particular, like Sidecar. I have a hard time dancing there, unless it would be a band that would bring in a crowd. I don't know. Hadley's my best bet. So I'm for sure going out Friday night. I'm going to try really hard to go out Saturday night. And I would not probably do the Sunday thing at Hadley's at 5:30 again unless it was a band that I really wanted to hear. And if I thought that people would be getting up and dance. Like Danny and I didn't even dance Sunday because it was just dead, you know. And I don't like to be just 2 people on the dance floor. All right, that's it. I have to go to Walmart and get stuff for sandwiches, and I told them I'd make soup too. I'm quite ambitious today. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.